So after we walked off the cruise ship, we boarded the ferry, which is right next to where the ship docks, and it took us across the bay where we got on the bus that takes us straight to the Bacardi factory. Bacardi tour. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Very good, sir.
Hello.
Up aboard, kids. Then we boarded the tram, which started our tour. And the statue in the building in the foreground here are to resemble bats, a flying bat. This is a venue space they rent out for weddings and parties and things like that.
Guys, is flavors, aromas, funkiness, but not the same as Colombian's aguardiente. This one is liquid molasses, guys, 85%, and the source of the spirit. Molasses and water starts fermentation. And mi gente, let me remind you something. Sin la caña no hay ron. Without the sugarcane, ron doesn't exist. So guys, the molasses, yeast, and water starts fermentation, and your right-hand side, 20 fermentation tanks holding up to 45,000 gallons of the activity. At the end of the street, mi gente, you can find the molasses tanks. 7.5 million gallons of molasses coming from Guatemala, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Brazil, and many other places from Latino America.
Welcome to our home. Bienvenidos a la Casa Bacardi. Your journey today takes you from our humble beginnings more than 150 years ago to our status as one of the world's two in Santiago de Cuba, where our founder, Don Facundo Bacardi Mazo, began experimenting with the distillation of rum. He began by questioning every step of the process. After fermenting the sugarcane molasses, he distilled the spirit using methods he invented. He then added 4 new steps never tried before: charcoal mellowing the distillate drop by drop, and aging it for several years in mature oak casks, blending his rums into a new type of friends and family. He purchased a small tin roof distillery for the price of 3,500 pesos. After entering the distillery, his wife Amalia noticed a colony of fruit bats hanging from the rafters. As a lover of the arts, she knew instantly that this would be the perfect logo for her husband's rum, as Spanish and Cuban lore regarded bats as a symbol of good health, fortune, and family unity. In search of an identifiable emblem, Don Facundo employed the bat as a trademark for his new rum. Bacardi rum became known as El Ron de Murciélago, or the rum of the bat. Since 1862, Bacardi rum has been awarded more than 550 times in international expositions and competitions, including the distinguished gold medal awarded in Barcelona in 1888. On this date, Her Majesty, the Regent Maria Cristina, appointed Bacardi purveyors to the royal Spanish household, and Bacardi forever became known as the King of Rums and the Rum of Kings. To celebrate the end of the Spanish-American War in 1900, Bacardi was used to create the first ever Cuba Libre, Bacardi and Coke, now one of the most ordered cocktails around the world. Previously, it was also used to create the mojito and daiquiri. Don Facundo's children enhanced his legacy. His eldest son, Emilio, as the first president of the company, expanded to New York and Spain. His long struggles for independence and his imprisonment for anti-colonial activities identified him as a patriot. However, his philanthropic and literary achievements are what gave him recognition as Santiago de Cuba's favorite son. Another son, Facundo, patiently continued his father's work, adapting his formulas to modern technology and training select members of the family's third generation. He is remembered throughout his family as the master of rums. Jose, the third son, extended the sales arm of the company to Havana, and daughter Amalia's husband, Enrique Schweg, is known as the company's architect of expansion. Of course, good fellowship and Bacardi go hand in hand. Throughout its history, Bacardi as a company has had the ability to turn adversity into opportunities. Take Prohibition. America's unsuccessful experiment was the company's game, as the Volstead Act prohibited the consumption of alcohol in the United States, so Americans turned to Cuba for fun and enjoyment. Havana nightlife and the dramatic Art Deco-style building, Edificio Bacardi, became an international icon for style and sophistication. At the same time, Enrique Schweg began to produce Bacardi rum in the same way and under the same demanding standards outside of Cuba. He expanded the production of Bacardi to Mexico and to our first facility in Puerto Rico. Bacardi rum was also the subject of a New York Supreme Court ruling in 1936. As company president, Enrique Schweg ensured that when you ask for Bacardi by name, it's Bacardi rum you must be served. After Prohibition, the company opened a sales office in New York City, later moved to Miami, and now currently in Coral Gables, Florida. Under the direction of Enrique's son-in-law, Jose Pepin Bosch, the company continued to expand. In fact, the current facility in Cataño, Puerto Rico, was established in 1958 and is the world's largest premium rum distillery. Christened by then Puerto Rico Governor, the Honorable Luis Muñoz Marin, as the Cathedral of Rum. 3 years later, the Bacardi Visitor Center opened in Puerto Rico and has been welcoming guests ever since. In 1862, our founder's son, Facundo, planted a coconut palm in front of the distillery in Cuba. The building grew around El Coco and gave rise to the legend that Bacardi would survive in Cuba so long as the palm tree lives. Jealously guarded for close to a century, it withered and died shortly before the country's revolutionary regime confiscated the company's assets in Cuba. Shortly after, the Bacardi family, along with a multitude of their countrymen, went into exile. Exile Pepin Bosch masterminded a global expansion. With the company's iconic rum trademark and secret formula safely outside of Cuba, by 1978, Bacardi rum became the #1 premium spirit brand in the United States. The following year, #1 in the world. Following the exact formula, distillation and mellowing techniques pioneered by our founder in 1860 of innovation, like the first rum that ran from our stills. new expressions of Don Facundo's masterpiece continue to bear his trademark, a trademark of quality and excellence that is recognized the world over. Whether you say Bacardi or Bacardi, we welcome you to enjoy our premium rum aged under the sun. So you see, there's more than meets the eye. Bacardi is a tradition of unparalleled commitment and a passion for making the world's best rums for your enjoyment. On behalf of the Bacardi family and our employees, we welcome you to explore Casa Bacardi.
They give you a coin, so when you're finished with the tour, you can go over to the bar and get a free cocktail, which is a mojito. But we chose to purchase this additional drink here with the beautiful orchid on the top, and it was delicious. By the way, the mojito was also pretty good. Here's a clip of the bartender making our drinks for us. He's pretty amazing to watch. After we finished our drinks, we decided to head over to the Visitors Center and have a look around, maybe get a few souvenirs. In case you didn't know, their logo's a bat because they found bats in their original warehouse when they first started. So let's head on into the gift shop and see what we can find. This is a spot where you can sign their guest registry and you can also bottle your own rum. It's their special reserve. It costs $200 to do it. You get to wax seal the top and you can even etch your name or whatever you like on the bottle for a little extra charge. This is the same rum right here. It costs $180 if you get it, and it's already bottled for you, ready to go. So it was getting late, and we decided to head back to the cruise ship. There's a little tram right there that we went on our tour, and we're going to get back on that bus and head back to Wonder of the Seas. Now, we pre-booked our tour online before we left, but interesting enough, they have a little kiosk here right in the entry of the port that you can purchase your tour and your bus ride and everything all in one, and it's a lot cheaper than it is if you do it on the ship. Okay, so we made it back home from our Bacardi tour in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we picked up a couple souvenirs while we were there. We picked up this rare gold rum, and it is a Superior Sherry Cask Finished rum. It's aged under the exotic and tropical climate of San Juan, Puerto Rico, and it's only available if you're in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and you pick it up at the Visitor Center while you're there. And we also picked up this 8-year rum here, and it has an orange finish to it. It is also only available from directly the Bacardi factory, so we picked up both of those. The first one was $180 plus tax, and this smaller bottle here was about $40 plus tax. Last time we visited Bacardi, we picked up this 10-year rum here, and it was about $50, and we've had it for a couple of years. We haven't really drank a lot of it. We're not real big drinkers, but we really enjoyed the tour and bringing home these beautiful souvenirs that you can only get when you're on that tour. And this one comes in this very unique case here, which we really liked. And we really enjoyed our trip, and we hope you did too. And thanks for watching.